welcome to February behind the scenes.
This is Katie.
Hello.
I have got over a year's worth of Empties, and what I mean by that is empty beauty products. Some people say, oh, you're a beauty addict. Yeah, and I am obsessed. So I could only use one like face product or one face cream for the rest of my life. It would be this.
Hello, welcome to February behind the scenes. It's the 10th of February. It's Friday. It's 7:30 in the morning. I do not normally see 7:30 in the morning, and oh god, I don't want to get up. But I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm getting picked up at 9:15. Yeah, 9:15. So I need to get ready, sort my face out, sort my hair out, sort my house out because my cleaner is coming today, so I need to sort some things out, and then get ready. I've had a busy week. It's been a good week. I've had clients. Yesterday we had a big finance meeting, which we had a nice day. Today I have got a meeting in person and lunch and a meeting. I don't normally work on a Friday, but I am this week because why not? There's stuff to do, and I'm already excited to get back into bed. So yeah, not the content you probably want to watch, but this is the reality of what I'm up to. I really need to get a move on. It's now like 8:15. I don't know what I'm wearing, so that's really not great. Also, I realised that clip, you're probably like, get a grip, mate. Like, why 7:30 is such an issue? I literally don't run my life or my business around the fact that I have a chronic illness. And one of the biggest issues for me with chronic illness is sleep, and well, it's not the biggest issue, but in terms of day to day, I can't get up early. If I do it, my body just gets extremely ill. And so I very rarely do get up early, and it's fine because I've created a life and a business that works for me around what I can do, but days like this remind me, like, god, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't work a full-time job for someone. It just wouldn't work. So I don't know what I'm gonna wear, so yeah, I'm kind of a bit like, oh, normally I plan everything that I'm gonna wear the night before, but last night that didn't happen, so some context on this week. We've had clients this week, which has been fantastic. We had Year of Clarity. I told you about yesterday. Today we have got some meetings externally and internally, and then tomorrow I have another team member coming. I think I've got another one coming in the afternoon actually. There's a lot of kind of bits and pieces, internal stuff going on that we are working through, but all is good and all is well, and clients are doing really great things. So yeah, it's an exciting time around here. So I'm ready to go. I'm actually on time. My PA texted me saying, leave in 2 minutes, see you in 6. Because she's late, but that's fine because we were leaving with loads of time. I'll sort my hair out in the car. I'm ready to go. Tired.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh, how are you? We have just finished our morning and we've had lunch. This is Katie.
Hello.
This is Katie's brand. This is our PR manager. What are you excited about for this year?
There's so many exciting things this year. There's so many. I am looking forward to Women's International Day. I've just planned a big event coming up, so it's good. I've just had a lovely lunch. I'm full now though.
Yeah. You're going home. We're going home. Anyway, right, we're off. Bye. I have just gotten back in the house. My PA picked me up, which all worked out really well, the timings, which was nice. Often not happen. Doesn't often happen. Had a chat with her. It's now 3 o'clock and I'm gonna get changed, put all my stuff away, do some follow-ups with the stuff that I need to do from my meetings, and then, don't know, see where the day takes me. I could go to sleep, to be honest with you. Tired, but I'm gonna crack on. It's weird working on a Friday. I don't normally work on a Friday, but sometimes there's bits and things to do, lots of exciting things. So very, very fun and excited for the time to come. My lovely, amazing cleaner has been, so that was so nice to come into a clean house. I've had a really good day, but I've got to keep going. This is the point, I just want to lie on the couch and fall asleep. So it is now Monday the 13th of Feb. You saw me last on Friday, I think. Had a lovely weekend, chilled out with my family, had lots of fun time, went out for lunch, did some nice things, did some work, did a lot of different stuff. Just had a great meeting with my head of operations, got my whole plan sorted for the week, which there's a lot going on. But this week's quite interesting because there's not very much client call stuff going on. So we have client check-ins and stuff, and then we also have client calls, but the client calls is not too many this week because it's more of a quieter week. So that means it's a big week for me actually getting shit done and actually doing loads of project stuff. Now we have a lot of projects this year happening, as is every year, but this year we've kind of got a real focus on that. And so today we're just kind of really fleshing out this week, making sure that all of my time is optimized, because although it's a quieter week, it actually means work-wise that I get my head down and I just write. A lot of it is writing, which I can't do when I've got my other heads on, because I really struggle. I think it's because I'm dyslexic. I'm severely dyslexic and I struggle with the writing stuff. I'm actually a really good writer, but it takes me a while to get it, really good. So I'd rather take the time and do it well. So we just kind of flesh that all out. There's a hell of a lot to do, but I'm excited for the week. It's a really nice one. And I'll bring you along for bits and pieces of it if I remember to check in. I often show you what I'm having for lunch, but I don't really show you what I'm having for dinner. So a typical dinner is this: prawns, and then like a fried rice, and I'll put like an egg in it. Yeah, basically I just use whatever veg. I've got some broccoli in there, and I'll find an onion, and I'll have this for dinner. That'd be really nice. Thought I'd randomly check in with you. It is 11:10 on the 13th of Feb, so that means it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. So I am frantically picking something kind of up to do something. So I've been making a cake. I've got a card and I've made the cake, and now I need to ice it or decorate it or whatever. So I'm going to melt dairy milk chocolate, which I know is not proper icing, but that's what we like. And then I think I'm going to put these on the top, which my other half will like. I think that'll be very sweet, but he quite likes that. I've also got these from the cupboard from Christmas. So I can maybe put some of these on. I'm assuming they're in date. They'll be fine, I'm sure. Yeah. So this is the card for him, which I need to write. And then there's two cakes. This looks a bit strange, right? But bear with me. I'm sure it'll get better. This is a late night, just whip something together. So please don't judge me on my bizarre, badly. What I should have done with these is made 6. But I overfilled them because I was in a hurry. So these are going to be for my sister, I think, unless something else happens and they're not. And then this is for my other half, and I think I might chop the ends off so it looks a bit more appetizing. And once it's decorated, it'll look fine. Write the card, and that is Valentine's Day. It's not really that exciting, but hey ho. It's the thought that counts, right? Okay, so I need to unwrap all of these. I've got the dairy milk on it. It doesn't look the best, but we're not really going for look, we're going for taste here. So yeah, that is what we're currently at. Right, so these are the finished articles. They look horrendous, but yeah, I mean, they're gonna taste nice, so that's what matters. This is this one. I mean, it's probably the worst looking cake I've ever made. They normally look bad, but not this bad. But hey ho, it'll taste delicious, I'm sure. It is now 12:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed. The cake's in here. I've popped his card in here. You'll find it, I'm sure. Yeah, kind of successful. Hello, it is the day after Valentine's Day. It's the 15th of Feb. I had a great day yesterday. Had a work day, but then we had quite a spontaneous evening, which was nice. I don't know on here if I said, like, we're not doing anything, don't go out, which we don't normally do. I finished work at 7. I thought I'll share this because you might be interested. I haven't shared it anywhere else. I finished work at 7. 7:30 I was wandering around M&S, me and my other half trying to find something fancy for dinner. We couldn't find anything, like there wasn't anything appealing.
So we bought a few shopping bits and then came in the car, and then he was like, right, I've booked somewhere, we're gonna go somewhere, which I thought was hilarious because we're not really like going out people on Valentine's Day, like nothing against it if you do. I think we've been out once or twice maybe, but we normally tend to go out like a couple of days after. Anyway, he was like, you know, let's just be young people and like just go out, like we don't, why not? So came home, quickly got changed, and we went out looking so funny. Like I went out in literally baggy jeans, a baggy jumper, a coat, which if you go out in Newcastle on a night, people are not wearing coats. People are out dressed to the nines, got leather dresses on, the heels on, the whole thing on. Obviously it's Valentine's Day, so we just looked hilarious because the pair of us were just so casual, which was funny, and I think it was quite hilarious. And it was really it was 10 years yesterday in terms of the 10th Valentine's Day we've been together, and it was just funny reflecting on it and how like things change and how much, you know, you get older and you grow up. And so we had some dinner at like 10:15, I think our reservation was. We had a drink beforehand, had some drinks after, and it was so nice. And it was nice to be spontaneous and, you know, just go in town, driving to town. It was nice. And it was funny. It was good people watching, and we looked hilarious because I had like no makeup on, hair scraped back. Everyone else is like looked amazing. Tried to find somewhere to have a drink after like 11:30 on a Tuesday night. And yeah, it was just funny, but it was really nice. And it's so like soul affirming to be like, you can get to a point in a relationship where it's not that you're like comfortable to the point where you've like given up or anything. It's just a nice feeling, and we had this really in-depth discussion about that, which I think is really nice. We also had boring discussion, and we just like, well, it's not boring to us. We talked about gold, talked about money, just kind of checked in where we were at, everything, which I love doing. So yeah, that was my Valentine's Day. Came back, had a nice evening, and went to bed. And now I'm getting ready for May's accelerator call. I am pretty much ready to go. It's 10 o'clock. It's gonna be a good day.
I feel like my food shop just becomes part of this thing every month. So I've just had an Ocado delivery. Just the usual bits and pieces. This is nice. The M&S sweet chili beetroot, that is lovely. Mozzarella, just the like usual stuff. This looks nice. They're like sun-dried tomatoes, but they're not in oil. Pizza, feta, just the usual bits. All of my salads for the week. For those of you who don't know, I have a salad every day for lunch pretty much. So I have those. I got some Easter chocolate bits because Easter will be here soon, and I try and get organised slightly. Cake bars, these looked interesting. White creamers. So these are all kind of Easter bits. This is huge, these pomegranate seeds. Meat for salads, salad again. There's lots of salad. So yeah, that's our food shop for this week.
It is 11:30 on the 21st of Feb. I look a bit wild, don't I? I've just done my makeup. I'm already behind schedule because I was supposed to start recording, I think, at 10 o'clock. I've got podcasts today, and I've got other bits and pieces I need to film. I've got a lot of, it's a filming day, but I just had a meeting with my other half, quickly saw him for 20 minutes, half an hour, to go over the plans for our wardrobe. They have come back from like the designer, so we need to go through those. That was nice to see him, and also put a date in the diary for Friday to spend the day together, because when you are as busy as we are, you kind of have to put those in place. So he was like, oh great, I'll see you on Friday. I was like, yeah, can't wait. I'll obviously see him before then. But yeah, when you're busy, we're like shifts in the night, and he's on night shift and different things. So I'm looking forward to taking the day off on Friday and spending it with him. But yeah, lots going on today, lots happening, lots of filming things to do, very exciting. We've got things for International Women's Day, I'm speaking at International, we've got an event for International Women's Day. I'm not running the event. We've got a campaign, we've got all sorts of stuff happening. People need video from me, so I'm going to get to that now. It's now 6:30, I've had a long day. I've just grabbed 20 minutes with my other half, 10 minutes probably, made him some pancakes, which he ended up having two rounds of. Quickly checked in with a family member, and now I'm going to crack on with some more work because I've still got about an hour and a half of stuff to get through. So that's very exciting, and yeah, see where the evening takes us. Hello, so I thought I'd add something exciting into the behind the scenes this month. I have got
over a year's worth of empties. And what I mean by that is empty beauty products that I have finished, I've used up, and I have an opinion on. Or I might not have an opinion on, but we can go through them. And there is a massive drawer that I'm looking at that is full of these products. So I thought we could get them all out. This is probably the world's biggest empties because there is so much. It weighs a ton. And I thought we could go through, and we might have to put it into parts. So maybe each month we might add a section in, because I'm not sure we're going to get through it all today, because otherwise we will be here for hours and hours. But I thought this would be interesting because I know a lot of you love beauty and you love, you know, lots of product like I do, and so I'll share my thoughts with you. Right, so this is full. Like, this isn't actually all of it. I don't think you can see how big this actually is, and it goes all the way back. So I'm going to get it out and we'll see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, there is so much stuff. Like, this box is just, oh lord, no, it's just broken. There is a lot of stuff in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh my goodness, here we go. This is all laid out. The problem is this isn't even all of it, but this is the stuff I can find. So wowza, I don't know how much product's here. This is a lot of products. When people say, oh, you're a beauty addict, yeah, and I am obsessed. So maybe we'll just start going through bits and pieces. Let's go through, and I thought I'd just go through each product and I'd let you know of my thoughts on it, whether you might want to buy it or not. Let's see how many we get through, I don't know. First up, IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo, I think it's called. This stuff's really good. If you have dark hair, this is tinted. It doesn't go white. It does go slight, like if you have as dark a hair as I do, I could do with some of this in today. It does still show, but nowhere near as much as most of them. And I know there's loads of dry shampoos that are like, oh, there's no residue, but there is. If you have really dark hair, you can see. This stuff is my go-to. It's my favourite. It really does work miracles. So yeah, IGK, that I would recommend if you want a really good dry shampoo. Next up, Maybelline. What is this? The Sky High mascara. Yeah, this Maybelline mascara, there's a couple of these actually. Let me see. I went through a phase of using these. They're good for a cheap mascara. Not that any mascara is cheap anymore, but you know, for a cheap-ish mascara, they're quite good. They're on par, like I would say they're similar to the Dior mascaras. They're not as good as, but they're very similar. You get a lot of length. These, I mean, yeah, they're good. And I think they now do a primer, which is also similar to the Dior primer, which the Dior eye primer for your eyelashes is second to none, one of the best things ever. So these are cool, and these now have a primer with them. I haven't tried the primer. But if you want something that's cheaper than a Dior mascara, which I argue is probably one of the best mascaras you can get, this is a good option for you. I've also got this Maybelline mascara, which is the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I don't think I liked this. I think I just didn't. It was alright, I used it, but it's not something that I'm like ranting and raving about. Here is another IGK dry shampoo. This is the travel size, and you know what? They last ages. Like, you don't need loads, and it does last for a while. On hair, we've also got, oh goodness me, the Orbe Dry Texturizing Spray. This stuff's lovely. Oh, no, there's nothing really in it. Smells delicious. Is really good. Again, this is expensive, but I do think it's worth it. The only thing with this is it does run out quickly, but it does work. And I think if you don't have, you know, I already have quite big voluminous hair. If you don't, and you have really fine and thin hair, apparently this works miracles, and I've heard that people, like, this is their holy grail, and this is like everything they ever buy. So it is good, but you know, don't break. If you can't afford it, don't buy it, obviously. Don't get into debt to get it, but if you can, then it's a nice option. It's the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This is the spray. This is the classic. Oh, this is really, there's not much in here. The classic one. This is in limited edition packaging. This lasts me ages. It has got alcohol in, so if you don't like alcohol in your skin, but yeah, Caudalie, this is nice. This is a classic, you know, if you want an afternoon pick-me-up in the office, I just think this, you can't really go wrong. Oh, here's an interesting one. So this is a Maybelline Lash Effect Primer. So this is kind of what I was talking about with the Dior stuff. Oh, it's blue, which I don't really understand that, but it's a primer. I think this was okay. Again, I don't really like, for me, the Dior one you can't go wrong with. This is it here. It was all right, but I wouldn't rush out. But I know they do now have a primer for this kind of one specifically. Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm, a classic. It's one of the best cleansing balms. I really like it. It's nice. It smells good. That one's gone off. You can smell it's gone off. It does what it needs to do. The other one is the Eve Lom. Now, Eve Lom cleansing balm. This was the original OG cleansing balm, and when Eve Lom herself had the brand, it was amazing. You can see it's fully empty. This has changed formula. I don't like it. It's really annoying. I don't want to say it because Eve Lom is amazing, or was amazing, but this cleansing balm is just not it anymore. Like, it just isn't. It's too granular. It doesn't pull your makeup off your face as quickly as something like the Elemis does or the Emma Hardy. It's just not the one. So sadly, I can't recommend that. Emma Hardy. Now, I am the biggest, or one of the biggest Emma Hardy fans. I bloody love it. This is the light, Moringa Light Cleansing Gel, which was, I think, something that she brought out, or they brought out, not recently, but in the last few years, for people who couldn't use the normal cleansing balm, and maybe it was too kind of heavy for your skin. I like this, but I just don't think it's as good as the original, and I'd probably stick with the original. I think if you do have oily skin or acneic skin, you could try this, but I just think, I don't know if it's really the one for you, to be honest. I think if you've got acneic skin, I just wouldn't be putting this on, potentially. The smell's gorgeous though, the texture's nice. I like the bottle. The one thing I would say with this is I like the bottle because it's just much easier to use. Also with this to remember is this packaging is very similar to the Sarah Chapman Ultimate Cleanse, I think it's called, which this should be one of those here. Here we go. Yes, Sarah Chapman London Skin Assist Ultimate Cleanse. This is the travel size. Their full size looks like this. It's kind of similar in terms of packaging. What I would say is this packaging is great. It's really robust, doesn't leak. You can pull it out, you can see, look, I mean, I've literally mullered it. There is nothing left in there. I don't know if you can buy a refill. This is kind of making me think you maybe could. Don't know. I should have said actually at the start of this. This will all get recycled or put in the correct disposal things, by the way, because I know there's a lot of plastic here. There's a lot of empty stuff. This will, my PA will kind of deal with it and work out what we can do to recycle it and things. But yeah, so this packaging, great product inside, but love this more in terms of this comes, the full size comes in a similar packaging. It's a good packaging to use, it's nice. This here, Ultimate Cleanse Sarah Chapman, this is one of my favourite cleansers, full stop. The non-light version, the original version, is probably my favourite cleanser of all time. This is probably one of the close seconds. It's bloody lovely, I love it. Let's, while we're on cleansers, talk about the Ren cleanser. This was a beautiful discovery over the last few years, an absolutely great discovery, and this is the Clean Perfect Canvas Clean Jelly Oil Cleanser. Now, I was really skeptical of this. I thought, it's not going to be for me. I have gone through tubes and tubes of this. I think I've only kept one tube, but I think I've gone through about 3. The only thing that annoys me about this is the packaging towards the end. Like, there is still stuff in here, and unless I'm going to cut it open, which I don't really start doing, there's probably one cleanse worth in here still. But apart from that, I do like the packaging. It's a really thick consistency. It does emulsify. It is good for taking off SPF. It's good for taking off makeup. I really like it. The packaging's really pleasing as well. And that is a really nice cleanse as well, especially if you're not someone who wants an oil. I mean, this still kind of is. It's more like a gel. It says on here all skin types. I probably would actually attempt this with acneic skin. But I'd just go easy, and I'd probably go for something more like a CeraVe, or just something really plain and simple. But if you haven't got the issue of needing to be careful with oil and things like that, then yeah, give this a go. Also, when I say that, I do not mean that if you have acneic skin, well, first of all, I'm not giving you advice, but if you have acneic skin or problem skin, I'm not saying don't use any oil. I'm just saying that with the cleanser, I would be careful. Let's talk through some serums and things. What have we got? Okay, Sunday Riley Good Genes. This is the glycolic version. If you are in the US, you can get the lactic and the glycolic. The lactic acid one is the one. We sadly cannot really get it, or you can, but you've got to get it from a different site. This is the glycolic. Now, I still like the glycolic. As you can see, I've really mullered it. That's the packaging. I've like gone in and got every possible bit out. First up, packaging. I love the packaging. It's airtight, it's good, it keeps your product really nice. It doesn't kind of break. Even if you were to smash that bottle, this is still kind of usable on its own, arguably, so I really like that. It's a good product. I don't know how many of these I've been through. It's a classic. What I would say is if you can get the lactic acid one, go for that one because it is better. But I do like this, and I think it's a really solid product. Augustina's Beda, or Bada, depending on how you want to pronounce it. The cream. This is not the rich cream, this is the cream. Now, this I have a love-hate relationship with. I'm not really sure on it. I do really like it. Then I'm like, is it worth the money? Probably not. If you have an older skin, it's probably a good shout. But again, there's other options for you, as in the Sunday Riley Ice Cream, which is a ceramide cream, which is different. I'm not saying it's the same in terms of the science behind it and the stuff inside of it. However, if you want a really thick, nice cream, I'd probably go for that. So I do love this and I do like it, but it's one of these where it's like, is it really worth the extortionate price tag? I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, yes, it is. It's not going to give you a new face, is what I'm trying to say. And therefore, no matter whatever science is inside of it, it's kind of like, take it with a pinch of salt. So that is that. I've been to, oh, here's another one. What's this? The rich cream. Okay, so this is the rich cream. And then that one we just spoke about was the cream. My thoughts on it though are, I prefer the cream, just the cream alone, better than the rich cream. However, I think I'm on my own in that, because I think a lot of people I've spoken to love the rich cream. Now, I do think the age thing is a piece of it, and I have kind of, I should have prefaced it at the start, I have kind of normal to combination skin. I have pretty unproblematic skin. I'm very lucky. I have, my biggest issue is my eye area, so I have genetically really dark circles. I can't do anything about them unless I'm going to go down the route of filler, which even then it's not going to do a whole right lot. I can try PRP, but again, it's not really going to do much. I just have, you know, I've got this eye situation. So my kind of concern skin-wise is the eye stuff. I get a bit of hormonal breakout, but not very much. And overall, you know, I take quite good care of my skin. If you have acneic skin, I just wouldn't bother with either of these. Again, someone else might disagree, because I think the rich one does have a bit of retinol in, but like, it's not enough retinol to be like, oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know on these. The jury's out. How much are these? Like, I don't know. It's not cheap though. It's expensive, and I'm like, I just don't know if it's really worth it. Sunday Riley, talking about retinol. This is the A+, high dose retinoid. This is nice. I quite like this. I don't know if I'd buy the full size. You might notice I don't use a huge amount. I mean, I know we've kind of gone through full size items there, but I like smaller stuff because I like to change it up for my skin. My skin gets bored very easily of the same stuff, and so I do quite like keeping it, kind of guessing what's coming next. So this is nice for a retinol. It's quite a strong retinol for retinol that's on the market that you can just buy over the counter, and I quite like it. But again, this is quite expensive, and it's okay. It's nice. I don't want to say I'm hard to please with beauty, but because I try so much, for me, it's very like, product is just really difficult in terms of getting it right. Sarah Chapman Overnight Facial. This stuff is absolutely amazing. This is the one thing I will rant and rave about. I have used this for years and years and years, and I don't know if there's a full size in here or not, but this is incredible stuff. It is beautiful, it's nice. Again, if you have problematic or acneic skin, I wouldn't go there, but if you haven't, if you are someone who's older, maybe you've got really dry skin, this is beautiful. It comes normally in a bigger thing, and the packaging's really good, and it comes out nicely, but this is a travel size, and it's beautiful. Put it on at night, it's gorgeous. It's like an oil. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. Sunday Riley CEO Rapid Flash Brightening Serum. This is vitamin C. I believe it's 15%. Is it? Will it tell me on it? Yes, 15%. But it's not L-ascorbic acid. It is the form of vitamin C that is really soluble, I believe. Again, I'm not a formulating chemist, but it is a good vitamin C, this. I do think it's worth... I like this. I really like this. I think it's good. The packaging, again, works. It's just, you know, I like something that works and that is durable. I'm not here for stuff that just takes bloody ages to get on your face. But yeah, this is nice if you want a nice vitamin C. And I do think vitamin C is worth paying for, you know, decent money for, because you want to get a good formulation of it. Little bits and pieces. Drunk Elephant. Okay, B Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. So this is basically like a hyaluronic acid serum. This is nice. Again, I don't think this is worth the money though. That's one thing I want to say. This is expensive, and I think, you know, hyaluronic acid now you can access in so many different ways, in so many different formats. It's now very, you know, at one point it wasn't that cheap. Now you can get decent formulas. So I'm not convinced it is worth it. It's nice though, so if you've got it, you know, use it. DLC, is this the Glycolic Night Serum? So this is nice. So this is the kind of alternative from the Good Genes, the Sunday Riley. Yeah, there's not really anything left in that. Oh my goodness, that has definitely gone off. Oh, that's so unpleasant. Oh God, that was awful. Oh, that is really deeply unpleasant. This is a glycolic. This is nice. It is quite strong, this actually. I do quite like it. Again, is it the glycolic though? If you're on a budget, I just don't think this is the one. Like, if you can only buy one serum, I wouldn't make it this one. This is the Ren. I do like Ren as a brand. Omega-3 Optimum Skin Oil. Right, this is nice. So, if you have really wrecked your barrier function, if you are like retinol or actives, if your skin's just really unhappy, this is kind of like the perfect thing to use because it's just really soothing. It's not particularly active in the sense of it's got loads of things going on. It's just nice, it's simple, it does the job, it works. And I like it, but if I remember rightly, I gave this to my other half. He has eczema. It's great if you've got like eczema, dry skin, broken skin, and he used it on his face and stuff, I think. But it's a nice product. Again, not gonna like change your world, not going to change your life, not going to change your skin, but it might if you have, well, it could do actually if you have eczema, but it's really just a kind of nice oil, simple, no fuss. This is, can you tell I love the minis? The minis for me are just like where it's at. This is the Drunk Elephant Makeup Melt and Butter Cleanser. I like this. Again, this has gone off. It's really empty. I do like this. I think it's a nice cleanser. I just think the gold standard of cleansers, because there's so many of them, it's really hard to impress me in terms of like getting me to be like, I'm gonna buy this over like the Emma Hardy or the Sarah Chapman or something, or the Elemis, say. So yeah, I'm not, this was nice, but it's not like, I'm not hugely sold on it, and it's definitely not anything where I'm like, this is so unusual and I have to kind of have it. Let's finish on a goodie, and then I will maybe we can do some more next month. There is so much here that we haven't covered. This is the gold standard of face cream. Let's just end on this. This is a high to end on. Right, this is Kate Somerville Peptide K8 Power Cream. This used to be called Deep Tissue Repair, and then in the US, and then this is the name that it is now. And I don't know if this is the name that it is across the world or whether it's just still for the UK. This stuff is expensive. However, if you want to talk about getting this versus getting something like the Augustin Espada, I think this is the one to go for. Don't quote me on how much it is. I think it's about 125 maybe, which again is extremely expensive, but also it's not in terms of the sense of if you're looking at La Mer, La Prairie, you know, the really, you know, Dr. Barbara Sturm, some of those brands. It's 6 and 2 3s, yeah, as to which one you're gonna go for. However, this stuff is incredible. I believe it does change your skin. It is absolutely mega. I do think like if you have skin that is 40, 50 plus, you know, 60 years old, get this. Like, I made my mother-in-law get this. My mum, when she was here, loved this. Like, this stuff is unbelievable. It's beautiful to use. It's a joy to use. Like, every morning you just want to use it. It is so, I mean, this is mullet. Like, I get to the bottom of these and I'm like, I'm going to get everything out of it. The packaging is incredible. So look at the packaging, right? Lid works. This works. Then it's a pump action at the top, which Kate Somerville is an amazing facialist and esthetician in America. And she was the first person to really have this packaging. Now it's a lot more mainstream, and even the kind of budget brands, you can get access to this, which is incredible, right? Because this packaging is expensive to make, or it was back in the day. And it is just so good. It works. And so you get the right amount out, you pump it out, you get the correct amount on, you swipe it on, you get it on your face. I don't want to be sticking my finger in a pot, you know, this is really perfect. And you can use this twice a day. I wouldn't. I tend to use it on a morning because I just think it's so nice to use on your face. Makeup goes over it lovely, nothing pills. It's 30ml, but you know what? It lasts a while because you don't need loads. You just need to squeeze your amount out, use it. And I just can't recommend it enough. For someone in their 20s, you probably don't need this. I use it just because I love it and I want to use it. But I think the people that get the most benefit from it is probably sort of a slightly more Asian skin. But my God, is it good. Like this, I know I've talked about this for ages, but this is like honestly a game changer. I could only use one like face product or one face cream for the rest of my life, it would be this. That is the empties for this month. As I said, there is so much. I feel like we've gone through maybe like a fifth of or maybe more, I don't know, maybe a quarter of what we've got to talk through, but I will come back at you next month with some more. Please let me know if you like this segment and you kind of want more of this kind of stuff, and I will keep saving my empties for you. But yeah, speak soon. Bye.